Morning, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Weekly Spark, starting off the year. Now, I know there was a spread on New Year's Day that was actually filmed in December, so this feels like the beginning of Weekly Spark for me for this year. If you haven't seen the previous little short video, I will link that below. It talks about the themes for January, the themes for the year, kind of some of the inspiration that I'm going to pull from for Weekly Spark in this new year. Long story short, the theme for January is butterflies. I'm reading this book that was on my to-be-read pile for a few years, so it's definitely time. I'm not very far in, but I'm loving it so far. This also gives me a reason that I have to read, because sometimes reading, even if it's reading for work, feels like a guilty pleasure, and I put that off. No, I have to be making, I have to be doing, I have to be editing, I have to be sculpting. So this is a way to kind of get around my own blocks. So I have, this is butterflies are a motif that I love. This book is beautiful. It's from the Taschen series, and it is a visual wealth of amazing colors and patterns. And I even have 2 kids books. I don't know if they were mine when I was a kid or if I bought them used, but they have a style of illustration that just really works for me. I like it. And so I keep these in the studio. I mean, look at that guy. That's awesome. So one thing that I also wanted to do that I thought I would put into this mashup of things on Weekly Spark, I want to do more lino carving. I want to do more stamp carving. So we're going to start the year off with carved butterfly. Now, I will talk, I'm actually going to, this is going to be a long process, and so this video is going to be sped up quite a bit. So I'm going to let future Jenny do a voiceover and talk about the tools and the materials and the safety. I will just get us started saying that I am working on Speedball Easy Carve, and it is extremely easy to carve. I like this better than your normal gray Battleship linoleum. For some purposes. I like the Easy Carve better for art journal purposes, because since it's a soft surface with a little bit of yield, you can actually use this like a rubber stamp, and you can get that stamp to press into your journal page and get it to read. With the linoleum, because it's such a hard surface, it's more of a printmaking process where you really need to get the paper on top of it, burnish the paper, and that's hard to do when it's bound in a book. So for this one, I'm going to use the Easy Carve. I've printed out some pictures of the cecropia. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but the huge moth that has such cool markings. I printed one out in black and white because I wanted to think about the pattern in a different way without the distraction of the color. And so I am going to grab some tracing paper, trace this onto the block, hopefully I sized it right. May have to draw it freehand. And then I'm going to start carving. Now, so future Jenny here, just editing the video, and I want to say that the end result is it's a bit not what I expected. I was thinking that I would not go terribly naturalistic and do a more stylized butterfly, and then, or moth, sorry. And then as I worked, it went from kind of simple and kind of stylized, although realistic, to more detailed and a bit more naturalistic. So there's a strange hybrid. I'm happy with it. It has some nice texture in it, but this Easy Carve isn't as sharp. It's a little more crumbly on some of the fine line texture. So I'm not sure how long this is going to hold up if I do use it a lot. But I'll leave you to be the judge of that. Give me a thumbs up, a subscription if you so desire. So the tools I'm using here is the classic kind of speedball linoleum carving handle. The bottom of it unscrews and the extra blades are kept inside the hollow handle. I'm currently using with a really small V, which is great for outlining. And you'll see as I go along with the carving of this image that there's a deep V, and there's like a big U-shaped gouge. So you have different things for different depths and for different spaces. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit. You will see me do a couple of test prints with stamp pad just to kind of see how clean the image is and how it is printing. eaters.